Oh, which one do you want to do?
Wow.
Let's do grown up.
Let's do grown up.
Oh, he's right here.
One
No
sweltering
intro.
summer day, you were in your living room with Cove, listening to the sound of the birds chattering outside the window while you lay across the rug on the floor. Wow, how comfy. Cove's dad had dropped him off earlier, and your mom had left the two of you along with Lizzie to play amongst yourselves. Why is Lizzie here?
Yeah, Lizzie, get out of here.
It had been too hot to go outside in the afternoon, at least according to your mommy. So your sister was starting to get impatient. Waiting for her golf class that evening. Golf class?
Rich? We're rich.
I think we're rich. Three of you had.
We should have known. We have 8 fucking dining chairs, even though there's only 4 people in this family. It doesn't even make sense.
3 of you had trouble finding something fun to do. The beach and the playground were off limits, and you felt that it was too warm for anything like playing with your fuzzy toy animals. It's never too hot to play with your fuzzy toy animals. Okay?
Pillow Babkins is my best friend, okay?
Then suddenly, a light came to Lizzie's big brown eyes, and her smile spread wide across her face. Having an idea gave her a new wave of energy.
Since we're stuck inside, we should be adults. They don't play outdoors anyways. They're always inside and telling everybody they're too busy to play. Like paying taxes or something. Who cares?
Why?
I'm dead.
Duh.
I said why. It'll be fun. Duh. What do they do inside that we don't? Besides, use the phone a lot.
Besides, use the phone a lot? Wow, excluding a small huff, Lizzie decides to ignore Cove.
Bitch.
It's like, I don't care what you think.
Brad, what do you think? Do you want to?
Yeah, let's play house.
I want to.
Yeah, I want to.
You do?
Obviously.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Hooray! Okay, let me think. What do I want to be? The dog.
The dog, I'm the mom, Cove is the dad, okay? Satisfied with neither of you were about to bail on her, Lizzie thought over her options while you watched. After a few seconds, she clapped her hands together and beamed, apparently having settled on something without asking either of you. How inconsiderate.
Okay, I'm gonna be a professional golfer. Brad, you and Cove can be a beach volleyball player, a gymnast, or a tennis player.
What?
Why can't we pick anything we want?
Yeah.
Because I have a fun idea. Shut the fuck up. That's why.
That's so mean.
And we have to play sports as adults?
Literally.
Yep. But there's other kinds of sports too.
Right?
It isn't the same. What do you think, Brad? Don't these choices sound super cool? You want to be that, huh?
They sound rich to me, Lizzie. Isn't there anything else we can be? Because, like, being any of those, I don't know. Lizzie stomped a foot on the ground.
The house
okay.
Nope, come on, just decide already.
How rude. Knowing Lizzie wouldn't let this go anytime soon, you sighed. Cove was not impressed with Lizzie's attitude, though he didn't bother talking more about it for now. You thought over the list of possibilities: beach volleyball, gymnastics, or tennis. Out of all of them, you'd prefer to play...
I vote gymnastics. What do you think?
Me too. Gymnastics. If you couldn't spend the afternoon doing cartwheels and handstands in the backyard, then you might as well practice them inside.
Can't do either of those.
Me neither. I'm not flexible enough.
Yeah, we're introverts. We don't go outside.
What is the outside?
I don't know.
There wouldn't be as much space as there was outside, but you could still try. Hit a table, you know? Hit your shin on one of the low tables in that living room.
Cove really seems like a tennis player to me.
He does. Yes, that was clearly the top option. I guess I'll be a gymnast?
Alright.
I know, I'm so amazing.
How about you, Cove? I pick volleyball.
Volleyball? High Q much?
Oh, anime boys, of course. I should have known. Okay, so Brad, you're a famous gymnast, and Cove, you're on a popular beach volleyball team, and
Lizzie's ponytail bobbed when she proudly stretched her arms wide. And
we're Olympic athletes who just competed in the Olympics like Olympic athletes.
wow! Totally original.
How
Cove didn't
asinine.
Cove didn't seem that impressed with the announcement. He made a face and adjusted the glasses on his nose, just like every anime child.
That's really specific.
Rude.
Oh, that's what makes it fun. Anyway.
Lizzie marched back and forth in front of us, getting lost in her own imagination.
I won all the gold medals because I'm the best, and people are calling me the next Mickey Wright. Who's that?
Who? Who was that?
Who's that?
Lizzie stopped on the spot and turned on him, her brown eyes shining with impatience. I really can't read.
It doesn't matter if you know who she is. It's a golf thing. You guys won medals too. Obviously not gold, but... Cove, your team is bronze. Brad, you really
Bronze.
missed out on the gold and got silver. It's more real if we're all not first place.
What? Hey, we could do better than silver. You pouted at Lizzie, unhappy with the decision.
Brad's right.
Period.
Lots of people lose at the Olympics. Them's just the breaks. Then you're the one who did, not me.
Lizzie looked taken aback by Cove's declaration, as though the thought of her losing was completely absurd.
No way, it wouldn't make sense. I'm already practicing my golf game.
She took a golfing stance to make her point.
Look at this
pretending
stance.
To swing her club and hit an invisible ball.
Completely rigid. No movement in the neck.
Sis, I think they bad at golf.
Shiloh,
just
you be the
eager.
ball. So, what kind of house do you want to live in?
Cove hadn't changed his mind about winning, but thinking about where he'd live as an adult appealed to him. Apparently because he looked back at Lizzie with some of the anger fading.
I'm going to live on the beach.
Oh my god, he's like his dad. Lizzie made a face at him, poking out her tongue.
That's kind of boring. We already have that. No, not like the normal houses here with a street on it, right on the sand, not by the water, obviously.
Just like that, all the tension was back. You hadn't even had a chance to choose where you would want to live.
That's not fun or smart, Cove, you idiot. You can't live on a bunch of sanded shells.
Yes, you can!
But I want to, and I will.
Cove narrowed his eyes at Lizzie, even though she stood half a head taller than him.
You didn't give a list of things to pick from this time, so I'm picking that. Why are we even playing pretend if we can't imagine anything, Lizzie?
Period. I agree with Cove.
Jeez. Well, I'm going to live in a mansion far away from here, and far away from you.
Good.
One with an indoor pool and a place to practice my award-winning golfing. Because I won the gold at the Olympics, because I'm an Olympic athlete.
It's not fair.
How come you were yelling about mine when your idea is even more impossible?
Lizzie's face flushed red.
Damn, Cove's a beast. It's not impossible, and it's better than yours.
Disagreements always seem to crop up when the two of them were together, and you always felt like you were stuck in the middle. But when it came to the topic at hand, this time you thought...
We're gonna choose our sister or our husband.
Where I feel like I would want to live with Lizzie, but I also dislike the way her attitude is, so I'd rather be with Cove's vibes.
We were tired of deciding between either of them.
Yes. You didn't engage with their bickering and instead dreamt up your own dream house. You weren't going to share your idea with them either. You already knew it was a good one. We're so confident. I
We
love
are.
that.
You can swim whenever you want if you live on the beach. We can still swim. Oh, this is only me talking. Anytime we walk from where we live now, being a little closer doesn't mean anything. Says you.
The two of them scowled at each other.
We're being so unreasonable. You.
Oh no, Lizzie.
Absolute cunt. I don't know what you want. This game doesn't make sense. It does. You have to be realistic. I said that.
Lizzie, you're being kind of
But you're
unrealistic.
not.
You had no idea what
Someone's
to
gonna bring out a
do
fucking
to make him
gun.
stop. At this point, it seemed like the two of them would just keep working each other up as long as they could.
I'm getting distinct Doki Doki Literature Club vibes right now.
Nothing you'd say so far had kept them from being mad.
Our complete lack of engagement.
Honestly, we said nothing. Thankfully, like a greeting card angel, Mom walked into the room. Lizzie rushed to her, hanging on to the hem of her shirt,
She's wearing a
poking
dress.
out her tongue at Cove. Lizzie, Brad, it's time to get ready to go.
You alright with that?
Go where? Sorry, you have to leave already, Cove. Their mommy said she'll walk you home, so you won't be left in the cold.
Oh.
In the cold? Is it winter? Cole was still glaring at Lizzie, his face flushed red with anger.
I can go by myself.
But... oh no, he might get lost or kidnapped.
Her husband.
Without giving Mom a chance to stop, Cope stood up and stalked out of the room, shoulders drawn tight. Okay. What happened here? Hello, children?
Lizzie was a bitch.
Worried, Mom turned to look down at you and Lizzie. You two were playing nice with our new friend, weren't you? No. Lizzie was being a bitch. Tell the truth. They were fighting, Cove and Lizzie, for the whole time. Your sister's jaw
We're
dropped.
such a little snitch. She's like, oh my god, I can't believe you'd betray me like this. You just sent
We
me to
said-
child prison. You literally just betrayed me. This is the worst thing that's ever happened to me in my life.
Lizzie's gonna be like, snitches get stitches. You're
You
dead.
died tonight. You dead.
Your sister's jaw dropped, looking betrayed as Mom put both hands on her hips. Elizabeth! Oof. I told you to be kind to him. He's having a hard time right now. Lizzie's mouth closed back up, replaced by a tiny frown.
But I
what
wanted
you
to be an
get,
Olympic an Olympic gold medalist. I know, I tried, but he was.
You weren't trying at all, Lizzie. You're lying. No, but we both know you can show someone a great time when you put your mind to it. We're going to apologize to Cove and his dad over the phone when he gets home from work tonight. Lizzie hung her head, dragging a foot across the ground in front of her.
Okay, Mom.
Good girl. We love
I'm
that.
an
You
Olympic
caught
gold
pieces.
medalist. He's an Olympic silver medalist. Fucking
You caught
beaches.
pieces
I
of-
hate beaches.
Wait, I didn't even read that line.
It just said that she was sulking. I voiced it for you.
Right. We better get a move on.
Let's go.
Let's go, kids. No,
No,
Alani.
Lanny.
No, Alani. Where did you leave the car keys?
Oh, look at that. Oh! We got
Ooh,
a car?
Okay. I think we're rich.
We're rich. Well, our lesbian
Mom.
moms adopted us, so... Do you know how much it
Mom,
takes to adopt a kid? About like $40K a kid.
I'm dead. I never knew that. The more you know.
Well, if you go through foster care, it's free.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh. All right, Mom hustled you out the door, and you noticed during the car ride to golf practice that Lizzie was quieter than usual. She was usually the first one to request which music to listen to in the car, but she didn't say a thing. Your parents noticed she wasn't in the mood to be bothered. They gave her space, and Mommy just asked you what you'd like to listen to. What you'd like to listen to.
Cheer up Lizzie, I guess.
Yeah, let's be nice to Lizzie. We were a snitch. We gotta be nice. You were happy to see it brighten her up right away, and she started singing along with you. We're so nice.
We are.
Soon enough, her bad mood was a thing in the past.
Oh my
The
God.
car ride was... We are really rich.
We're so rich.
When the car ride was over, you spent the twilight hour watching Lizzie hit things with other girls her age.
Like men.
Things. You didn't know much about golf, but you could tell that she really liked it. So you sat with your moms and tried to puzzle it out. It was nice sitting outside after being cooped up in the house all day, and you stretched out your legs to let the last few minutes of sun warm your skin.
Or pale corpse skin.
Love burning our vampire skin. When the sun was finally out of sight, dipping behind the horizon, you all got ready to leave. Instead of going straight home, your moms took the family out to dinner. You went to a restaurant you had all been going to ever since you could remember. This is cute family restaurant. The whole afternoon had been a bunch of shouting. You hadn't been able to stop, but you could kind of tell that all of this helped Lizzie be less angry. Wow, the car ride home was quiet, with only the radio providing escape from silence. Lizzie had been in better spirits now, but the closer you got to your neighborhood, the more she wiggled in her seat and frowned out the window. She knew what was coming when you all got back home. Clearly, she was dreading it.
Murder.
Soon enough, Mom was turning onto your street and reversing into the driveway. Once she cut the engine, it was dead silent. Oh my God,
Ignition.
A gay that can drive. No one spoke, only unbuckled their seats and opened their doors. Lizzie was the last one out. Once everyone was inside and done taking off their shoes, she propped her hands on her hips.
So,
Now then, Mr. Holden's car is in his driveway, so he should be back from work. That's good news, isn't it, Elizabeth? You and Co can hash things out before the day is done. Lizzie didn't complain or put up a fight. Her head ducked so she didn't have to meet anyone's eyes. She nodded once. Good. Let's move this to the kitchen.
It's an open floor plan.
Still, you gotta move to the kitchen. Mom went over to the house phone. Wait, why are we gonna call them? We can just walk over. They're like across the street.
Cole's house doesn't have a Sprite.
Mom went over to the house phone, the rest of you following behind her. Mommy put a gentle hand on Lizzie's shoulder as they walked side by side. You watched them from the back. This is only happening because you told on Lizzie.
As we should.
Yeah. Period. You didn't regret it.
We're a snitch. Maybe we should do that.
Yeah. You hadn't liked doing it, but you had to. Being a tattletale didn't feel good, and you wouldn't want someone else to tell your moms everything you did. Still, your mom had asked directly, and you wanted to be a liar even less. The four of you sit around the kitchen.
In a
the
lopsided
square. Sorry. All eyes were on Lizzie, who kept her gaze on her feet.
You remember the number for Cole's house, don't you, honey?
Lizzie jerked her head in another nod, sullen. Without further prompting, she stepped forward and began to dial. What a fancy phone. Mom reached over and pressed the button on the base. Suddenly, you could hear the phone ringing. She turned on the speaker. The phone rang a couple times, then stopped. Mr. Holden's warm voice came through the other end.
Oh my god, what was his voice?
I don't know, but give him like a surfer dude's voice.
Evening, Holden residence?
Lizzie looked over at Mommy, unsure. She nodded encouragingly.
Hi, Mr. Holden. It's, Lizzie. Can I talk to Cove?
Absolutely.
Lizzie, Dove. What a surprise. But of course, you can say hey to the boy.
He sounded cheery as usual, though definitely meant it when he said it was a surprise. You thought hard, and you were sure that your sister had never called Cove's house before. Mom spoke up before Mr. Holden or Lizzie could say anything more. Her arms were crossed over her chest, her lips pursed. Hi, Cliff, Nolani. Not hi, Cliff. Nolani, Brett, and I are here too.
Hi, Cliff. Good evening. We're sorry to bother you so late.
Yeah, well, let's say hello. We'll be nice. Hi. dot dot dot.
The gang's all here, huh? Is something the matter?
His
Cancer.
voice grew a bit concerned.
We've all got it, and it's contagious. Sorry. Your kid's gonna die.
Mommy was quick to reassure him. It's not cancer, don't worry about it.
But it is COVID.
It is COVID. We didn't wear masks in this house.
We don't believe in it. No, well, yes, it's going to be okay. Lizzie and Cove got into a bit of a fight today. We were hoping the two of them could talk and make up. Is this a good time for you and Cove?
What?
A fight? Cove didn't tell me anything about that when I came home. It does explain the funk he's been in tonight.
No. He chuckled lightly. Despite that, it didn't seem like he really thought it was funny.
Anyway, it's good. You didn't catch us at a bad time. I'll go grab him for you.
There was some shuffling on the other end. He must have gone far because you could still hear him. You could still hear him calling out. He must have not gone far. Jesus.
Cove, there's someone on the phone for you.
After a beat of silence, there was more muffled talking from Cove's dad.
Yes, you have to come. Come on, bud. Lizzie just called so she can talk to you.
Absolutely not. It took a bit of back and forth, though the conversation seemed one-sided since he couldn't hear Cove properly. Eventually, Cove took the phone from his dad.
Oh, fuck you, Dad.
What do you want?
Hello.
Hello?
Oh, hey, it's Lizzie. Yeah, I know. Dad told me.
Cove's tone was defensive. Lizzie turned to Mom, scowling. One stern look from her, though, and Lizzie turned away.
Fuck you, Mom. I just called to say, I'm sorry for not playing nice with you today. I won't do it again.
Period. Lizzie's eyes were downcast, her voice low. You could tell she felt uncomfortable apologizing to Cove in front of everyone. She was still being genuine about feeling bad. Cove must have realized that too because he sighed quietly.
I want gold.
Lizzie was momentarily stunned, silent by the demand. You could understand why he did. You had wanted gold too.
Alright, you win the gold. Okay, I guess I'm sorry too.
A sense of relief washed over everyone at his acceptance of the apology. Mom uncrossed her arms while Mommy's shoulders relaxed. Lizzie's eyebrows raised up. You wondered if she thought he'd refuse her apology.
Dad, can I get off the phone now?
You couldn't see him, but it was obvious that Cove felt awkward about the situation. He had come off uncomfortable the entire time, really.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can go back to your room if you want. Be sure to say goodbye first, though. Bye, Lizzie. Bye.
With that said, Cove must have handed the phone to his dad and left, since Mr. Holden spoke up.
That's a relief.
All's well that ends well, as they say. Thanks for arranging this. I'm sure he appreciates it. Yeah, well, fuck
As Mom-
you. I'm leaving.
As Mom replied, Lizzie tugged on Mommy's hand to catch her.
Can I go now, too?
Good job.
Sure, sweetie. Thank you very much for apologizing to Cove. Yeah,
Wow,
whatever.
Mom flashed a brief smile at Lizzie and nodded her agreement.
You're getting it tonight, Brad.
Given permission to leave, Lizzie scurried off toward the stairs. She seemed to be feeling much better after the incident, with the incident behind her. My mom and mommy returned to the phone, taking it off the speaker. Ooh, okay. You were glad that that was the end of it. Oh, Lizzie and Cove might not get along and probably still won't. But they weren't mad at each other anymore. Mom and Mommy weren't upset either. Everything was finally back to normal. With that thought, you retreated to your own room with a spring in your step.
Nice.
See what good it comes from being a tattletale.